Laticrete has changed the grout game. Introducing Permacolor Select, the first dry pigmented solution to guarantee uniform color. Each color kit contains 2 packets. Use 2 packets for a 25-pound base bag. Use 1 packet for a 12.5-pound bag. Available in over 40 Laticrete color options plus the top-selling competitors' colors, all from the single base bag. 50% reduction in inventory value, 80% reduction in pallet space, all while doubling turns and improving the entire ordering process. Visit Laticrete.com or your local distributor and see how Laticrete is changing the grout game.
Hello and welcome to Tile TV, brought to you by Laticrete. I'm your host, Jennifer Riley. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, issued 2 new standards regarding exposure to airborne crystalline silica, and depending on whether you are a tile setter or a manufacturer, one or both of the new standards may apply to you. The federal agency says it implemented the new rules this past June because workers who inhale very small crystalline silica particles are at an increased risk for developing silicosis, an incurable and sometimes fatal lung disease. Exposure to these respirable crystalline silica particles can also put workers at risk for developing lung cancer, COPD, and kidney disease. Exposure can occur during common construction tasks, including some of those in the tile industry, such as using masonry saws, grinders, drills, jackhammers, and handheld powered chipping tools, and using heavy equipment for demolition. One of the new standards pertains to general industry and maritime, the other is specifically for construction. Therefore, while tile setters will be required to follow the mandates under the construction standard, manufacturers of tile industry products, as well as those who fabricate granite or quartz products in a shop facility, will be working to adhere to the general industry mandates in their production facilities. Manufacturers will also be working with tile setters with regard to how their products are used in the field, because mortars and grouts contain silica, as do backer boards and tile itself, and in-field surface prep often requires grinding concrete and sweeping up debris. In manufacturing or in fabrication shops, silica exposure must be monitored, measured, and limited. Just how the new permissible exposure limits, or PELs, are measured and how the rules are enforced is creating some heated debate. On construction sites, measurement may not be required, but there are new exposure limits that are 5 times as stringent as in the past, and there are other controls being mandated. There's no question trade associations, employers, and the industry want to keep workers healthy and safe, but there is disagreement on the feasibility and practicality of OSHA's rules. 23 national construction industry trade associations and others are challenging OSHA's rule in the U.S. Court of Appeals. They question the federal agency's new controls, claiming they are unrealistic and impractical because the agency doesn't understand real-world job site conditions and the preventative measures that are already in place. Further concerns are being voiced about the financial impact on employers of all sizes, specifically the cost of new engineering controls, monitoring and measurement procedures, as well as the medical screening requirements. Many want to know why OSHA didn't enforce the old rules as well, and why the agency ignored financial and scientific data presented during hearings on the new standards. Meantime, as the new rule is examined, tile setters are told that the use of wet saws and vacuum-powered dust systems continue to be one of the acceptable measures to help control airborne silica in the field. Many installers also choose to wear particle-collecting dust masks depending on the task being performed. The NTCA is working closely with the Marble Institute of America to develop silica safety plans as required under the new standard. Manufacturers already produce safety data sheets to help tile setters understand precautions in the field, and some are developing alternative products to keep silica dust down. Additional information on OSHA Silica rule can be found in the July issue of Tile Letter and at www.osha.gov/silica. The NTCA will continue to work with our industry partners to identify ways to keep workers safe and keep its members updated on this new rule. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Tile TV. Stay tuned for this from Lackmand.
The Beast 10 10-inch tile saw is designed and engineered in a joint venture between Lackmand Products and Delta. It is capable of performing a diagonal cut on a 24-inch by 24-inch tile, and it can execute a 34-inch rip cut, 39-inch rip with plunge, giving it the largest cutting capacity in its class. Our new Beast 10 tile saw is bound to revolutionize the tile saw market.